Thank you so much, Gina, for joining us today. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Beth Thompson. I serve as Vice President, Director of PR and Social Media at Gatesman. And today we are joined by the lovely Geena Davis, two-time Academy Award-winning actor. Gina, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Gina, if it's okay, I would love to start with a little bit of a full circle moment. It's a little bit of a story. So back in college, I actually had the opportunity to swim and play water polo. And one day I showed up to practice where they told us, you're done. The sports were cut. And so that was obviously very hard. Sports have been a tremendous, part of my life as a military brat, being a constant. And we decided to fight back, my teammates and I. So we found out that the sports were actually in compliance against Title IX. So we filed a federal lawsuit against the university and we won. It was incredible. So
Wow, that's fabulous.
yes, at the time, that work was awarded by the Women's Sports Foundation, which I know that you're a trustee of, a former trustee, and we were awarded the National Geena Davis Takes Aim resolution. So that was my first connection to you.
Oh, wow, that is fantastic. I
Yeah.
love hearing that story, especially what a great success story that was. I love it.
Yeah. So last year we celebrated International Women's Day at Gatesman for the first time, and since fighting for Title IX and doing that work at the agency, I just felt this fire in my belly that I hadn't felt for quite some time. So my colleagues and I were inspired to reach out to your institute, the Geena Davis Institute on Gender and Media. We're like, how can we help? How can we get involved? We've been so honored to watch the progress of the Institute over the years. So again, full circle moment. So thank you for letting me share that story with you.
Oh, thank you. We are so thrilled that you reached out to us, and you guys are incredible. You've been so invaluable to us, and we love you. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Okay, so let's talk International Women's Day. We can't but celebrate this amazing, amazing holiday. And it just takes me back to your roles as an inspiring female in Hollywood and those badass roles that you were playing. Talk to us about maybe some of your favorites.
Oh gosh. So obviously Thumb and Louise is a favorite. That was an incredible script, and I fought hard to be able to be in that movie, and it was very meaningful. Speaking of sports, being able to be play Dottie Hinson and be in a league of their own was
My
is a
favorite.
big life-changing experience as well. So I've had some really great parts. I can't complain. I've had some really good parts.
Oh, so amazing. It's just you can feel how empowered you are in those roles and a lot of them different in every way, but I have to mention, especially for those in the audience that might not know, Geena recently released a memoir called Dying of Politeness. So this is a fantastic read. Geena, you are so funny. I have to just say that to your face. Oh my gosh, amazing. But I can't help but acknowledge, besides some of the humor that's in here, there's just a contrast from maybe some of your upbringing and the roles that you played. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. I was an incredibly shy child, very self-effacing, very uh, uh, go along to get along, and very unassertive, let's say, and it's kind of in contrast to, I think, the way people may think of me now because of roles that I played. But what actually happened was um, getting to play characters who were in charge of their own fate, driving the action, um, who were leaders, who had goals and things like that, changed me in my real life. I mean, we all know that expression, fake it till you make it. I acted it till I make it.
Yeah,
I got to pretend to be somebody who was much further down the line than I was, and it wore off on me. And so I consider myself incredibly fortunate to have been able to play the roles that I did because it changed my personal life too.
that's incredible. I love that. I love that. So, with your roles and everything that you've given us as an actor, you gave us more. You gave us more with the Gina Davis Institute on Gender and Media. And it's been so amazing to see the work and the progress that has been done as a pioneer, as a trailblazer. And we are so inspired by the mantra of the organization: if she can see it, she can be it. And that's a theme that we've set for our International Women's Day celebration event. Can you
Right.
talk to us a little bit about how See It, Be It came to be?
Yes. Well, yes. I I became very, very uh, invested in how women are portrayed on screen after having been in Thelma and Louise, because the reaction of women to that movie made me realize, wow, we don't really give women enough movies uh, where they can feel empowered and identify with the female characters. And why isn't that? You know, I really wanted to see us do better. But then when I had my daughter 21 years ago and started watching, you know, little kid stuff with her,
Mhm,
preschool shows, whatever, uh, I was stunned to see that there's far fewer female characters that there were, far fewer female characters. It was made for the littlest kids. And it just struck me profoundly um, because I thought, well, so in other words, we are training kids from minute one to
mhm,
see boys as more important than girls if we're
mhm,
showing this great inequality. So that's how I became sort of um, fixated on that idea and wanting to change what kids see first, and
mhm,
as a goal toward reducing unconscious bias, you
mhm,
know, that because what you see on screen, sometimes you just take it in, especially kids take it in as reality and don't have the wherewithal to say, well, I might not see myself reflected up there, but I'm still important, you know.
mhm,
So so that's what we've been doing, and that motto that we have, if they can see it, they can be it, is because it actually is true that what happens on screen will happen in real life. For example, we did a study of the Dana Scully character from X-Files. Fox asked us to take a look, see if she had an impact on women going into STEM at all. And we found that 68% of women currently employed in STEM fields name Dana Scully as the reason that inspired them to pursue.
wow.
So, uh, so it just shows it's just a wonderful thing for all of us in the entertainment community to keep in mind that if you show something aspirational on screen, it's very likely to happen in real life too.
That's amazing. My son, he's very into watching YouTube videos of like pranksters. So he wants to be a YouTuber, and I've been pranked recently. So I totally see that. It's what top of mind and what they consume. Maybe I need to peel back on some of his screen time.
Oh my God. Has he been
Oh.
pranking you yet?
But oh yeah, he got me. He tried to put some tape up by my masking tape by my door. So I'd turn the corner and walk into it, but I caught him. So like
All right.
creative mind, creative mind. I'll give him credit. Okay, so back to your memoir. There is this amazing graphic in the first couple pages. I'm so curious if you actually drew it, but you talk about your journey to badassery. And this first one, it's like what people might think this journey was like, linear. But you show
Right.
the case, the reality below. Talk to us about this.
I did draw that.
You're
Yeah.
an amazing artist. My
Oh,
gosh.
thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what it has felt like. You know, you feel like, oh, I said the right thing at the right moment. Oh, and then another time it's completely the opposite. Um, uh, and I was chronically one of those people who thinks of the right thing to say way after the fact, you know. Um, so but I've considered my journey to be closing the gap between when something happens and when I know how I feel about it and how I want to react to it. And thankfully, the older I get, the closer it becomes. So, um, so that, yeah, that's been my halting journey.
I love it. I love it. All right. So we are at our 20th anniversary for the Gina Davis Institute, which is an exciting, exciting milestone. And you can't help but reflect when you hit a really big milestone. So we have a few more questions for you. Hopefully they're fun. They're kind of positioned in this if this, then that scenario. So you kind of pick between the two. So bear with me. So what, in your opinion, I'm going to read these. What's the bigger challenge? Becoming a two-time Academy Award-winning actor or becoming a mom?
Oh boy. Uh, I don't know. They're both challenging. I mean, but the role of mom, is critically important as we know, and very meaningful to me. So I mean that the Academy Award thing is sort of a career acknowledgement, which is very, very nice, but personal accomplishments are much more important.
Yes, I love that. Okay, this one is hard for me to answer, but what is more valuable, good advice or bad advice?
Well, you have to be smart enough to realize what's bad advice. If if you
Good
were
point.
right, if you were incredibly smart and could see, oh, that's bad advice, so I'm going to do the opposite. That would be valuable, but I'm going to say good advice has
Yeah,
to be better.
I
Yeah,
like that. And it has to come at a good time and you have to be receptive to it, right? Open and willing, that sponge like nature.
right. You have to actually follow it if it's good advice, right?
Yes, yes. Okay. Last one on our if then that. What do you think is better for people to watch and learn on the job or to make mistakes and learn from them?
Uh, as opposed to watching somebody making mistakes on your own. Is that kind of
Yes, exactly.
yeah, no, working with somebody, I think is better if you can have a mentor that helps you along, and so it's not all just completely blind trial and error. It helps to have somebody guiding you. I would think.
Yes, I love that. Okay. Well, I have one more final question for you, Gina. This life as a woman, life as a working mom, life as all the things together, it can be challenging, it can be grueling. What keeps you motivated each and every day coming back for more?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. I just um, I'm always thinking of what else I can do. It's whether it's just that I want to find a new hobby or something fun that I want to do, or something meaningful and significant in the world. Um, I, it's like I feel like I don't have to find motivation or search for motivation because it's just always bubbling in there. Now what? Now what? Now what? Uh, I have notebooks full of like, hey, what if we did this? What if we did that? So, yeah. So I guess I'm lucky to have an internal engine as far as is concerned.
I love that. I love that. Well, Gina, thank you so much for the time today. Happy International Women's Day.
Yeah.
And I just want to do a quick plug for the organization and the Institute. We have our 20th anniversary celebration coming up, which is super exciting. Lots of events that are planned, many new research reports, events that Gina is going to be attending in person. So please follow us on social media. Check back our website. We have some exciting updates and we will be so excited to keep the momentum moving forward. And again, Gina, thank you so much.
Thank you. That was great. Thank you.
Okay.